Greetings everyone, here's my presentation on getting to know the Asian culture. So there are different types of Asians that we should know at our schools. There are Central, West, South, Southeast, East Asians, and sometimes we do have the native Hawaiian and Pacific Islanders that we can consider as Asian. So here are just a few examples of the different types of Asians. So Central Asians, we have like Mongolians, Turkmen, West Asians, Iran, Iraq, South Asians, Indians, Nepali, Sri Lankans. Southeast Asians, we have typically the Filipinos, Singaporeans, Thai, and Vietnamese. East Asians are most common at our school, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, and Taiwanese. And of course, living on Guam, we do have the native Hawaiian and Pacific Islanders. Sometimes they call us Guamanians, but mainly we are called Chamorros. So there are a few issues that Asians may encounter in schools. There are discrimination, stereotypes, bullying, and mental illness. Discrimination. So sometimes Asians can be forever called foreigners because they are not from the US, and unfortunately that's the reality that they face. Some of them may be born in the US, but they may be still forever seen as foreigners. The other thing is that they have a low-level language proficiency. Mainly they might not be speaking English as their first language, so that could also be one way they could be discriminated. So there are also different stereotypes, mainly in schools. So some students are equated with automatic academic success, meaning people see Asian Americans as someone who's super smart, they're overachieving, they're humble, quiet, and stoic. Mainly they think about students with success. So sometimes if they don't reach this stereotype, people tend to get on them about it. They also may experience different types of bullying. So again, teased for their color. Sometimes they're called yellow because of their color. They may be teased for their facial appearance because they may have so-called, lack of a better word, chinky eyes. They're also teased for their accent or their ability to speak English because English may not be their first language. So again, we need to be aware about bullying that may occur at our school. Mental illness. So again, sometimes based on the Asian culture, they're very student successful. They want to be able to achieve high standards. So depression can be considered a failure or a weakness in character associated with academic and work productivity difficulties. So if they don't reach their goals that they have set for them, sometimes they may get depressed. And the Asian American racial identity made academic difficulties and failures even more difficult to comprehend, meaning, again, they have such a hard time dealing with the different stresses and the expectations that people have for them, and it may be too much for them to endure. Positives in the culture. So classroom engagement, parent support, goal, career oriented, and they're also embracing this stereotype. So classroom engagement. Students can learn by engaging in classroom discussions when they explain their thinking to others. So again, finding different ways to help our students who are Asian learn a different way. Not every student learns the same way. They can be listening to a lecture, they can be taking notes, they can be interactive with their classmates, trying to find different ways to engage them. Higher levels of classroom engagement are related to higher grade point averages. Parent support. As we notice and we look at our Asian parents, they're very parent and child highly quality. They have a very good relationship for the most part. They are very involved. As you would notice, being part of an Asian culture, a lot of parents are very on their kids about doing well in class. Parent-child relationships play an important role in later successful academic outcomes, again, trying to look for their future. They're very goal and career-oriented. Students want to be able to find a way that they can do well in their career, look for a possible degree in the future, go to college. They have very high dreams. They are very successful. They accomplish a lot of things. They like to join clubs, a lot of extracurriculars. Asians like to do as many as they can, and they have a good work ethic. Teachers from a range of grade levels have been found to view their Asian American students in terms of positive ethnic stereotypes, again finding them very intelligent. And it's very good that people see them as a positive thing. They want to be able to be perceived as smart, which is a good thing for Asians. And here's a couple things to remember. Remember not to be biased. We need to treat everyone fairly and embrace cultural diversity. Thank you for listening. I hope you learned more about the Asian culture from me. Thank you.